I'm really just like trying to keep myself
in a good spirit.
Yeah, because my fucking head hurts, bro.
You got lots of things that are taking place.
I want to take Benadryl.
You should.
But if I do, I probably will oversleep and miss my flight.
At 7:40 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Benadryl's powerful. All right, I'll take the risk. Who cares? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of CO and Rome.
This is CO.
And this is Rome, and this is episode number 72.
And it is the last episode of season 6.
Yes, and the crowd goes wild. That was perfect, man. I couldn't ask for a better podcast partner.
Thanks, friend.
I feel like I envisioned that in my head, and you just did it.
Executed it.
And I'm like,
wow, we're friends for a reason.
This is perfection.
I hate you.
Fucking great. All right, so, yeah, you even took the fucking shit out of my notes last episode of season 6. Like,
Look
you're
at
on
that.
it.
Look at that.
You're fucking on it, man. So, first things first. Best podcast of 2019.
Undisputed.
Undisputed. If you want to dispute it, shoot us an email at coandrome@gmail.com. Also, if you want to get yourself some merch, head on over to afgoclothing.com. Get yourself a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, or a hoodie. It's super cold out there. The sweatshirt and hoodie's probably
a good
really
look
good
right
idea.
now.
Yeah.
And we have a discount code for you guys. It is ZONROME15. That gets you 15% off. As Rome said, cop yourself something. Take a picture in it. Tag us. Let us shout you out.
Actually,
big
shout out to Danny.
Big shout out to Danny, baby.
Overdue.
Sorry, we forgot.
Man, he got the t-shirt and the hoodie.
Yeah, he got a hoodie and a t-shirt. That was so fucking dope.
That's love right there.
That is love. I love you, boo.
Yo, just so y'all know, we gonna be blowing up, so y'all better get these shirts while they on the low.
Yeah, and start putting in them applications for Valentine's Day too. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's one of the notes. We're gonna jump into that in a minute. All right. So you know what's so crazy? Co and I were sitting in the living room either yesterday or the day before. I'm minding my fucking business, and this chick starts playing this TV show on the TV that I actually ended up putting in, that I had in my notes already, but I didn't tell her. So she starts to play the show, and I'm like, yo, did I tell you about this show? Because I'm talking about it on the podcast this week. And she was like, no, I just wanted to check it out.
Yeah, because I had seen previews to it.
So this show is on Fox. It's called The Masked Singer. Now, here's the thing. When at my job, a lot of times I can't play things with sound because, you know, it's
a bank.
So I feel
like a bank is like the equivalent of a library
in a sense.
Yeah,
in a sense. Yo, so here's the thing. I see like a promotion for this show called The Masked Singer, right? Mm-hmm. So it's on mute. So all I see is a bunch of like judges. And then I see someone dressed up as a bunny singing. And the caption says something along the lines of something talent, whatever. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Don't they have enough talent shows out there? Don't they have enough singing shows out there? Now they got niggas in masks.
This is performing. A little twisted, a little different.
So when you started playing it and I found out that it's celebrities that are doing this, that's the twist that I was missing when I was talking cash shit in my notes.
Okay.
Because I didn't have sound playing.
So you weren't aware of what it actually consisted of.
I thought it was just regular ass niggas dressed as bunnies and deers and hippos.
Right.
On stage singing. So I'm like, yo, a lot of these niggas be ugly anyway that be on these talent shows. So what's the point of having them in a mask? But now I'm like, okay, it makes sense. However, I do have a segue
off of that.
Kind of.
Okay.
That still applies, right? So I'm like, talent shows have kind of desensitized how impressed we are when we see that someone has a talent.
Correct.
Because these talent shows make it seem like everybody has a talent, right? Everybody has a fucking talent. Who cares? Who cares that you can do acrobatic shit on a pole? Who cares that you can swallow a sword and set yourself on fire while doing a backflip? No one fucking cares.
That's not true.
We had Firebender Billy in our backyard. Someone tells me I spit fire. I'm like, yeah. I got a friend that spins fire. You ain't special, nigga.
Wow.
That's where I'm at with the talent shit, right? Now, Firebender Billy's that nigga.
Because like, you know him.
Yo, you gotta be better than Firebender Billy for me to give a fuck. If you spin fire just to spin fire, you a rookie in the game.
So wait, I need a question answered.
Yeah.
Do you feel like if someone has a talent that is the same to someone who you know,
yeah,
the person that you know automatically one-ups that other person just because you know them?
Not necessarily. It's like you're the standard until I meet someone who's better than you.
It doesn't matter if you know them or not.
Nah, like the first person that my nigga, nah, it depends because
you're confusing me.
No, because this is a good question. You asked a really good question, and I want to be honest. Okay, so we know there's a lot of good rappers out there, right?
Yeah.
So if I got a friend who's a rapper and he's trash and he's my only rapper friend, all of a sudden he doesn't get the upper hand. I'll be like, all right, I'll support you because you're my friend, but you really ain't hot shit. You know what I mean? In my head, that's what I'm saying. But in real life, I'm probably not going to tell him that. Anyway, Firebender Billy is the only person that I know that spins fire. Personally, I may have seen other fire spinners in my day, but none of them have left an impression enough on me for me to even put him against anybody else.
Got it.
Now, if a nigga run up on me with the fire,
I hope nobody's running with fire.
If the nigga run up on me with the fire and be like, time out. You ain't better than Billy, son. And then
he got to prove it.
If he tries to prove it and he's whack, I'm like, man, fuck you. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Now, if he's better, do you say, well, you're better than Firebender Billy?
I'm like, yo, actually, you're pretty good. And then I'm going to be running these streets like, yo, I know niggas that spin fire, son.
So this is ultimately always about you, is what you're saying.
Basically, it's about who you know. And I know niggas that spit fire.
That's some real shit.
I know niggas that spit fire. I know niggas that spit fire.
What kind of fire you want today?
Yo, it's been a while since we've popped off an episode with some stupid ass shit.
I love it.
Yo, I need to have headaches more often. That's the issue. My head hasn't been hurting. So anyway, this ain't even the segue, nigga.
Are you gonna pee on yourself?
Nah, man, I'm just fucking. Man, it's been a long day.
Are you crying?
No, yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I'm crying because I'm like, first of all, we're recording this shit on a fucking Friday.
It has been a long day.
We're recording this shit on a Friday instead of a Sunday because we want to make sure you guys get an episode this week, right? We're about to be traveling and shit. And I'm like, man, my fucking head hurts. I've had a long day. I still got to pack. I still got to do this shit. And I think I'm just in fuck it mode right now. And I'm just letting loose. And I think the past several episodes, I've been uptight about stuff. So, like, nigga, really? I'm back in the game, son. I'm feeling good.
I wish people could see you right now.
This is going back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
And I'm not on one. You know what's kind of funny?
What's that?
When people listen to us on the podcast and they be like, yo, these bitches are basically two chicks that get drunk and record podcasts.
We're not even drinking, though. This is just us.
We just some old tired bitches that's trying to find a silver lining in life.
But, okay, back to your original subject at hand.
Okay. If you had a talent, and if someone said, yo, y'all gonna be on a talent show tomorrow, you're gonna be broadcasted in front of 5 million people, what's gonna be your fucking talent?
Me?
Yes, nigga.
Oof. Dancing. No? Is she laughing at me? Lap dances, to be exact.
Okay.
No.
Okay, now we're going somewhere.
Dancing.
Okay.
I'm not like the I wish people could see me right now.
done. The episode's over.
It's not. Did you pee on the couch?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you peed on the couch. It's been such a long time since we've had you pee on an episode.
Bro.
Okay. I did nothing that was that funny. All I did was...
You said boom. Yo, when I imagine you dancing on a talent show that's going to be like on some bullshit ass network like Fox, broadcasting to 5 million people,
I'm probably not going to be able to dance because
I just think about you doing that same fucking signature move that you always do when you get in every dance circle.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
It's my thing, man. It's worked for me every time.
Man.
When something works, you continue to do it until it no longer works.
Bro.
That's what happens. That's like your signature move when you know that the person you're about to have sexual relations with is about to nut. It's your signature move. What is your signature move? Tell the people. I already told my Twitter. I already told my Twitter, so.
Why are you doing this? You fucking,
see?
You're a bitch.
Oh,
man.
I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch when you decide to say, oh, you do that little signature move. But when I say you do your signature move, no. Okay.
First of all, let's talk about where my imagination was going. The imagination was like, could you imagine CEOs in competition, right? On America's Got Talent, right? Mm-hmm. She does this signature dance move that she does in every dance circle. And she ends up making it all the way to the finals, doing the same fucking dance routine, beating out niggas that do like the crazy shit, like swallowing the swords.
That'd be dope as fuck.
Niggas that are out here like like dogs are fucking talking to you in multiple languages, like extreme talent shit, and then CEO makes it all the way to the end, and they're like CEO.
And every time they say CEO, I do the signature move.
Yo, I just feel like that would be a really good skit. So first of all my laughter was me thinking about that skit in my head, thinking about you winning at life.
Got it. What would your talent be?
Since we want to talk about my signature moves in the bedroom, I do have a signature move.
I know that. You told me. I told Twitter too.
And I feel like everyone needs to have a signature move in the bedroom.
I'm trying to think if I have a signature move.
Yo, I feel like when you know your partner's about to climax, it's kind of like that Mortal Kombat moment, like, finish him. And you're like,
yeah.
Yo, that's your fucking moment to let them know that you're that nigga. Like, oh, you think you about to climax? You about to climax.
Oh my God. I wish everybody could see your face right now.
Yo.
You're so serious.
Yo. I think you have a signature move and don't realize that you have one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think. I was about to say something so dumb right now, and I decided to hold back.
Okay.
I might have a signature move, but I think it's just like I'm a very like expressive person, vocally and facially.
You're like, he's like, I'm about to come. You're like, yeah, you are. See?
Yeah, you are.
That's your signature tagline, bro.
Yeah, it might be.
What's my talent? At the talent show, though. Mm-hmm. It ain't that signature sex move, that's for sure.
That might get you far.
I mean,
as every other time.
I don't know if they could televise that shit. I don't know, man.
Spit some bars. Oh no, I take it back. I don't do dancing.
Okay, what do you do?
It would be either between dancing or spoken word poetry.
Okay.
That would be either or.
Spoken word.
Or how about dancing while I'm doing spoken word? Then I really blow everybody out the water.
So like when people be on America's Got Talent or whatever, you watch them during like the audition rounds, right?
Yes.
And they be like, mad regular schmegular, come as you are. But then once they make it on the show, then they get the machine behind them.
Yeah, you start looking all fabulous.
They get the set, the wardrobe, all that. So I imagine that when you show up to the show, you're like, yo, I got spoken word. You're wearing like exactly what you're wearing right now.
Okay.
Mad CEO, mad chill. Like, this is me. This is who I am. You know? And then next thing you know, they're like, Seal, you've made it to the next round. So then they assign you a stylist, a makeup artist, all this shit. Next thing you know, this is your first like scene in the fucking semifinals and shit, right?
Okay.
The lights are off.
Oh Lord.
They put a fucking spotlight on you, and you're wearing like a felt beret with little round sunglasses like Salt Bae.
Why?
Because your stupid ass stylist is like, yo, you gotta look the part.
That would never.
They're like, nigga, if you don't wear these fucking sunglasses, you're out of the competition.
Can we get them in a larger size?
And this is me watching the TV, like,
yo, that's not my friend.
Exactly. Like, the fuck is my friend wearing? So I'll call the cops.
No, you'll be like, is this Seal performing? I think no, this has to be another competitor. Wait, I think this is Seal.
I'm like, what the fuck did they do to her? Anyway, man, I think the talent show thing is done.
So you would spit bars?
I don't know what I would do. I would probably do some weird ass shit, man. I can't even. I don't even know who I am these days, honestly.
Oh, well, that's different.
All right, what do you have over there?
I have one major thing that we discussed we discussed this on New Year's, actually, and it was a topic of discussion the whole night, most of the night. And I feel strongly about this. And anyone who, I was so serious. Anyone who knows me to a certain extent knows that I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I will conspire theorize, if that's a word, everything and everyone.
Right.
Anywho, so I watch Ancient Aliens a lot. And I saw, which I truly believe, because of the facts that they give to back it up, or the thoughts that they give rather to back it up, that we humans are actually trying to find a way back to Mars, not because we're trying to find a way to possibly live on another planet, but because we are really from Mars. And I know that your brother said, does that make us Martians? No, I feel like we're just going back in time. Not back in time. That sounds dumb. I think that we're reliving. That sounds dumb too. I feel
keep talking.
I feel like we're just like basically doing once again something that we've already done. Meaning like we lived in Mars and something happened, whether it was we destroyed the planet or a meteor hit it, and we just found a way to make Earth livable and have people transported here, and then society grow, etc., etc. And now we're just doing the same thing because Earth is fucking up, and we're gonna go back to Mars. You weren't really saying much that night. You kind of were just going back and forth, looking between me and your brother arguing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is all bullshit, or do you feel like there's some sort of science that makes sense behind it?
So first
I'm so
of
serious
all,
about it.
Sir, first of all, it sounds like this is some like crazy ass, like, I don't want to say muscle memory, but if there were something like the equivalent of muscle memory when you look at the span of a species lifetime,
Right.
The concept of repeating behaviors
Is a fact.
Is something that I feel could happen. Mm-hmm. If you're repeating the same mistakes, thus prompting the same results, thus prompting the same game plan to resolve said issues, maybe with minor tweaks here and there. Mm-hmm. I could see how that would cause a ping pong between Earth and Mars if we
have been there before.
In terms of why I wasn't speaking on it much then, and why it's very difficult to speak on it now.
Because you were drunk?
No.
Oh.
I don't have enough data about this shit.
You are such my friend.
I don't have enough data to really look, I'm a real ass nigga in the sense that I'm not gonna shoot down the shit. Like, man, fuck that.
Because
that's not true, because my thought is like, I don't have enough data to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not knowledgeable about this subject at all. I will say that if I do decide to explore this for whatever reason, I will at first approach it from the sense of, okay, I'm not really watching this because I am open to being convinced that this is a possibility, or hoping that this is a possibility, or wanting
just to gain some knowledge.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna look at this at least at a minimum from an entertainment perspective. And they just so happen to drop some hot fire that got me like, wait a minute, nigga.
Yeah, that's how I am every time. I'm like, oh, let me watch this episode. I'll watch it, and then they'll say something where it literally makes sense to me, and I'll be like, oh shit.
However, I don't know what's going on, man. So I have seen scenarios where people can fabricate things and make it make sense. For example, like horoscopes, right? I feel that horoscopes, okay, I don't sleep on astrology. According to my faith system and my spirituality, I really shouldn't even adapt to or adopt any type of astrology concepts, or be like, oh, you're a Libra. Like, I should be like, I condemn astrology in the name of Jesus. You know what I mean? But I'd be like, oh, this is fun. You know, this is cool, or whatever. So, but I don't know. I feel like I see so much, like, I've been like quite a few different Aries, and I see qualities and similarities between Aries and between Geminis and between all these different zodiacs that for me, it's like, it's very hard for me not to believe in astrology, just because of the similar characteristic traits that I see of people who are born close to the same dates. So that's what makes it hard for me to detest astrology, right? Mm-hmm. However, when you look at zodiacs that are in the newspaper, right, which is supposedly a derivative of astrology, or it's a part of that. Sometimes those stupid ass shits you read in the app, or you like your note of the day or whatever, that shit can apply to anyone
or any situation, as long as you make it. And I believe that too. I'm in 100% agreement with you that similarities, characteristics of certain signs, yes.
So I just know how people can kind of orchestrate things to kind of, that they'll know the human mind will fucking say something makes sense. Or let's keep it on the level of conspiracy theorism, right? Mm-hmm. If that's even the right word.
It is today.
We both took a stab at this.
Yeah.
So Sandy Hook shooting, right? Mm-hmm. Or any other mass shooting. Mm-hmm. When the shit first comes out, we'd be like, oh shit, we're believing one thing. But then as soon as some YouTuber starts shedding light on different things, and it's very difficult for us to fact check, we make a complete 180 with what we thought was fact initially, and then what this conspiracy theorist is saying, and then someone can detest what the conspiracy theorist says, and then we're just confused back and forth, because it all makes sense, like it could be a possibility.
Right, it all makes sense, and it all makes a possibility. I think that for someone who can see something one moment and then choose to do a 180 because they see something else, I think that's a little bit like naive. But I look at it from the standpoint of, when people are pointing out certain things, I don't look at it like, oh, this is true. I look at it like, this is all very possible.
I was just going to say that's the key. If you watch this and you're like, man, I ain't ruling this shit out.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, this is for sure what happened, but I'm definitely going to say, I can see how this may be a possibility. And ultimately, it always boils down to the same thing for me, which is, we don't really know everything that's taken place with when it comes to the government, or like what they try and keep from us, or how things really play out when it comes to like massive situations that are like impactful, like shootings or bombings or anything like that. We're not there. We don't know. Well, we personally are not there. So we don't know. And I think it's important to always accept the possibilities of that there is more than what they are actually telling us.
Yeah, and I think anything that invokes like some sort of like emotional response kind of gets your brain tickling in a different way too. So, you know, here's my thing. When it comes to us being from our shit, my thing is like, it's kind of scary that my mind is open enough to where I'm like, yo, hey, this shit might be true. But until I get some facts, I'm not going to say that I believe it hard body. But the fact that a nigga is not saying this is impossible, like that kind of makes me feel like kind of silly. You know what I mean? But it's just, like, I don't know.
It's like little things too that they say where at first I was just like, no, it doesn't even make any sense. Why would that be? But then they're like, they found structures of like pyramids in the soil, buried underneath all of that soil from years and years. So it's like we're mimicking once again here what we have already done somewhere else.
Theoretically,
hypothetically, allegedly,
we built pyramids on Mars.
I've seen pictures, but I know pictures can be altered too. It's like the flat earth theory.
I think we need to take a trip to Mars and vlog that shit.
Do you know how long that will take?
And who cares? We got to do it for the people.
For the culture?
We got to do it for the culture, nigga.
Gotcha.
We got to go to Mars.
Got it.
We got to let the niggas know.
We'll make that our next trip.
Could you imagine some like regular ass podcasting niggas
vlogging on Mars?
Being like, yo, we made it. We're here to find out for ourselves. It's like MTV Cribs, Mars edition.
Dude,
yo, son, check out my pyramid. You know what I'm saying?
They were right. They were right.
I'm coming up with so many skit ideas.
There is a pyramid on Mars. It is on the left quadrant.
I'm fucking done, bro. All right. Next topic. Never meet your idols.
Yeah, what's that about? I keep seeing you tweet that.
Yeah, so I tweeted that shit today, and I'm like, you know what? I think people see this saying, and they're like, yo, what the fuck does that mean? And why wouldn't you want to meet your idol? Like, if your idol's Michael Jordan, why wouldn't you want to meet Michael Jordan? What's the harm in that? Right?
Are you saying is that a legitimate question? Or are you leading into why?
I'm just saying that's why a lot of people would think that, right?
Oh, yeah, got it.
And here's what I want to say. The saying should really be something more along the lines of never befriend your idols. And the reason why is because once you like develop a relationship with someone that you've admired and idolized and you're just so like, wow, you're so amazed by them, you start to realize that they're human as fuck. Mm-hmm. And while they may be really, 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 really good at that one thing that you admire them for, mm-hmm. you start to see that they suck at some other shit, and you're like, man, whoa, you're weird or you're whack. So let's say, for example, let's throw an idol out there.
Let's say Oprah. I'm your idol.
Oh, okay. You know what, CO, you actually have qualities that I've always looked up to.
Thanks.
But we're not going to gas you up in this moment because I feel like that's someone else's job right now, but we won't get into that.
Okay.
I feel like niggas need to step up and gas my girl up. I've been gassing her up for the past 19 years.
Girl, now you're going to have people in my DMs
my bitch
talking
up,
about, I've been gassing you up. You just don't want to give the nigga a time of day. Da, 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 da. It's going to be that. Watch.
All right. I'll let someone else take this turn. Let's say Oprah is the idol.
Okay.
We're like, why is Oprah the idol? She's a black woman that's been killing the game for a long time.
Smart.
Super smart. She's multifaceted. She hasn't had let age stop her.
She's a brand.
She's makes a lot of money. You know, she's a boss. Like all these shits, right? So that Oprah's like, yo, see you in Rome. Come through to the cribbo. We like, boom. Easy.
Yeah.
We come through, right?
I love Topo.
She's in the kitchen and her chef is there, right? But she's like, yo, I don't want these bitches to think my chef does everything. I want to show them I get busy in the kitchen too, right? Mm-hmm. So then she's like, yo, let me prep the chicken while the chef works on the collard greens or some shit, right? It looks like Oprah.
That's not racist.
Why? I love collard greens.
Not racist. Just because we're in Oprah's house, she's making fried chicken and collard greens.
I didn't say fried chicken.
Fuck, I know what you was thinking.
I don't even like fried chicken. I'm thinking about her cooking me things that I like. Go. So let me back this up. She's making jerk chicken.
It's even more racist.
She's not Jamaican. I like jerk chicken. She's making jerk chicken with kale. Two things that don't make sense together. Is that still racist?
That's Oprah, though. Go ahead.
One's white, one's Jamaican.
Go.
So she's making watercress and fucking salmon, right?
Okay.
Let's take it back to the chicken, okay?
Okay, go.
She's making some shit with some chicken. So the chef is handling the vegetable parts and she's handling chicken. She starts fucking like cutting the chicken up in pieces and she goes to cook that shit without washing or seasoning it. In that moment, you're like, my idol just put chicken in the oven without washing it, straight from the pack, without washing it and without seasoning it. Tell me you ain't gonna feel different about Oprah after that, my nigga.
I'm probably gonna say something to her.
No, but tell me you ain't gonna look at her different.
Yeah, I'm gonna think she's probably low-key dirty.
You're gonna be like, oh, you still a boss bitch, you're good at the TV shit, you got mad O's in the bank, you
clearly
got commas,
don't know how to fucking cook.
But you whack at this chicken shit. This is vital and necessary to life.
No, honestly, what I'm thinking is I'm going to be thinking is I'm not eating that.
You're not eating that, but you're gonna judge her as a person and she's gonna kind of like drop down in the idol ranks, son.
Facts. But you know what that ultimately boils down to? It's not necessarily not quote unquote befriending your idols, but also to not expect your idols to behave the way that you believe your idols should.
But then they're not an idol anymore.
Because you expect that.
Idolatry falls in line with the concept of a God who's perfect in every way.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So now it's like you go from being an idol to someone that, oh, I admire you for your business sense, but you're not an idol anymore. Like there's these people, you just love them and you're like, oh my God, you're so amazing. And that emotion like motivates you to like chase something. Mm-hmm. But the moment you realize Oprah don't season or wash her chicken, you're like, nigga, she just like us, fam.
Do you feel like that would make you feel some type of way about your idol?
Yeah, honestly, nigga.
I feel like it would humanize them so much to me that bitch, I would be so okay with being friends with them.
Nah, nigga, I'm not. Because if I cook chicken better than my idol, you ain't my idol no more.
I'm going to use that as the reason why you need me as your friend.
Yeah, we're going to be friends, but you ain't my idol no more. And without idols, how can I be great?
Because she's still done certain things that you can learn from. Who gives a fuck if she don't learn how to kitchen? You about to show her how to get in that kitchen and cook some chicken, and then she's gonna be great at that because you're good at it. Listen. And then she's gonna show you how to build a network or a TV show,
which is great.
And you guys can feed off of each other. And now maybe you also in return become her idol.
Yeah, which is great. However, my point is that if people you idolize, right, propel you into greatness, it's almost better to let them remain that idol than to humanize them, because then you could easily become complacent in the sense of, oh, no one's perfect. Oh, we're all good at something. Oh, we're all bad at something. And I feel that fuels mediocrity. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That fuels mediocrity. And I ain't trying to be no mediocre ass nigga.
Yeah.
I need idols to make me feel like perfection can exist. So like if I shoot for the moon or the stars and I land on a cloud and all that bullshit, like that's the world I want to live in, where I'm chasing perfection and I'm okay if I don't accomplish perfection. But by chasing perfection, I'm then an awesome fucking individual because I'm striving for the absolute best. Now, the moment that I realize that the world is full of a bunch of Oprahs that don't fucking wash or season their chicken, I'm like, nigga, fuck it. Fuck it. You get what I'm, nigga, fuck it. I'm good at tying my fucking shoe. And I can do that shit with my eyes closed.
You're right. I get it. Now, what happens, like, because there are certain people that you made, like, appreciate who they are as far as their celebrity. Would you be okay with befriending them? For example, Cardi B.
Yeah.
She's a smart businesswoman. She's handled her thing. But once you see, because she kind of is very blunt with how human she is, would you be okay with sitting in the kitchen with her and being like, girl, you better wash that meat?
Yo, yeah, and I feel like I'll tell anybody to wash the meat, but my thing is pause. But yeah, you better wash the meat. Pause back. Now listen, she said the thing with Cardi is like, I feel like, yo, I want to be her friend. I feel like we could be friends.
I feel like we could be friends.
I feel like before I die, somehow, some way, Cardi and I could cross paths one day and be associates, friends, acquaintances, something. I feel like that's a possibility. Mm-hmm. But Oprah, You know, at this point, I believe Oprah can't wash chicken. So I feel like we can be.
You have made Oprah not be able to wash chicken.
Oprah can't wash chicken. That's the
title of this show.
Oprah can't wash chicken. ... Allegedly. So
horrible.
But my point is, like, an idol is like someone that you feel like you can't get next to because you feel like I'm not worthy.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And not to take anything away from Cardi, but because she's so human and she's so transparent in that way, she's the type that I feel like, man, if this bitch can do it, I know I can.
Yes.
An idol is like, nigga, how the fuck did you do that?
Why didn't you wash the chicken?
Well, I don't know. You can't wash chicken yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a situation like when I was in my early 20s where I was reading this book, man, and it happened at such a pivotal moment in my life. I was reading this book and I'm like, God damn it, this author is like where I want to be. This is like who I want to be. Like, I was idolizing the idea and the concept. And there was also another motivational speaker at the time that I was idolizing. But at the time of my life, I was just so undeveloped, lost, stupid, and lacked direction and guidance and doing stupid shit, right? But I eventually came into my own, and I've actually, with both of these people, the motivational speaker lady, we've crossed paths to the point where one time I offered to work, like, intern for her for free, and she told me no because we're in the same
field.
Yeah, we're in the same industry, and like basically, like, you could take the things I teach you and then compete against me. I'm like, yo, this bitch views me as competition. Okay,
that's good.
You can't wash chicken. Got it. You know. And then the other guy, I'm still cool with him and I fucks with him all day. Like, we've gotten to a point where the nigga's number is in my phone. You know what I mean? We got to a point where if I want to go to a nigga's cribbo, like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? But man, sometimes he does and says things that I'm like, and this isn't Rook. That's the nigga. He's never been my idol. But the other person I'm talking about,
shade, Rook, you better call.
He's somebody's idol. He's just not mine because he started as a friend.
Okay,
he started as a friend, man. He's one of my biggest inspirations. But this other person, man, I've seen some qualities about him. I'm like, man, he's a fucking douchebag. He's this, he's that. He's not this idol that I once thought he was. And I think watching him fall from the idol standpoint, it makes me kind of sad. It's like, man, fool me. Let me think that you're a god in whatever it is that you do. I want to maintain that God vision of you, you know, because it fueled me. And now you're just a regular fucking mortal. I must find another god.
I look at things so differently when it comes to things like that. I don't idolize anyone. I look at them as far as like, wow, I'm like extremely inspired by the things that you do, but I don't know if I idolize anyone.
You've never seen a celebrity and you've been so impressed by them that you're like, wow,
no,
I want to be like you?
No.
Wow. Okay. So here's another thing. Infatuation.
I am infatuated with a lot of people.
Okay, let's talk about infatuation.
Yes.
Now, these people, this isn't idolatry.
Right, it's different.
But it almost can be if you view like a person, you're like, man, this person is so perfect. Like, I will worship you, fam. Mm-hmm. I will worship you.
Yes.
Like, you're so perfect in every way, right? And then, like, the nigga takes a shit in your bathroom and leaves a shit ring in your toilet. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, wow, you're not a god anymore. You're just a god. You're a diet god. I don't look at
it like that.
You're a diet god.
I don't look at it like that.
And he does that one thing you don't like that niggas do. Does that infatuation die down a little bit? The more human they become?
I don't it's hard to say because it's like it dies down in the sense where I'm just like, God damn, this nigga left a shitty ring on the toilet. Like, you just like regular dirty niggas. But like, if everything else has still remained that infatuation,
it's gonna slowly come out how human they are.
Well, that's okay. I mean that happens with people that I'm not even infatuated with. So, there's been situations where I'll get into getting to know a thing, relationship, whatever you want to call it, situationship with someone, and at first it starts off perfect, and then they're human, and you start seeing human things, and you're like, God damn, you nasty motherfucker.
Isn't that a letdown that you would rather avoid? Would you be like, yo, I wish I would have just left this with me, thinking that you were this perfect fucking being, instead of finding out how human you actually are? Man, I love that bliss. I love that blissfulness of thinking that there's some perfect humans out there, because it makes me want to just
because I know that I'm not human. I know that I'm not human. I'm from Mars.
I was gonna say that you're not human. You're a Martian.
I know that I'm human, therefore meaning that there's people who have told me, oh my God, Zio, you're so perfect, like, you know, you're such a good mom, I see the way that you like strive for better and whatever, and I always say that's because you only know one side of me. Like, I definitely have flaws, and I'm so okay with people being okay or seeing rather that I have flaws. And if they stop the infatuation because of that, that's fine too. I just feel like I get what you're saying and I'm not taking from it. I just personally don't look at things like that.
I need, at least before I die, at least 3 more idols, son.
Okay.
3 more idols that are going to inspire me to do some...
Name 2 right now.
Shit. Man, right now, like... I can't even name one of them because I want to keep that to myself.
Oh, are these people like not celebrities?
No. This one's not an idol. This one is an infatuation.
Okay.
And right now I'm kind of like, I'd rather leave it where it is, because I know the closer I become to the situation, I'm going to lose the magic of this infatuation shit. Like, okay. I feel like it's kind of fun to think someone's like almost perfect in every way. I like that. It's like a magical feeling.
Yeah, but then that's what leads to your disappointment when they become humanized.
And that's fine.
Okay.
I got time.
Got it.
I got time, nigga.
Got it.
Idols though, I mean, I don't know. It's very hard. I feel like I need to find some new ones that are in line with the direction that I'm trying to go in with my career. For example, this person isn't my idol, but he has some potential. Kugler, Michael Kugler, the nigga that did directed fucking Black Panther. Kruger, whatever. That guy.
The black guy from Black Panther.
Yo, I know that his girl was there to support him with all the fucking tools that he needed to become like, to write scripts correctly and all this stuff. But my thing is that the progression and the level of success he's accomplished, especially at his age, I'm just like, God damn, nigga. God damn. That's some special shit right there. Now, if I find out that you ate a piece of Oprah's chicken that's
non-seasoned and
9 days old, 9 days old, sitting in the fridge with a piece of mold on it, nigga, I'm looking at you different.
I feel you.
And I don't want to know that. Let me think you're perfect so I can be inspired. I want to talk about Valentine's Day.
Okay, go ahead. Wait, before you do that, because I just want to segue really quick. We don't even have to touch on it too much. Now that you said that, you said, I know that his girl was there to support him, blah, blah, blah. Do you believe in the saying that behind every great man, there is a great woman?
I don't believe that behind every great man, there's a great woman. Because, like, I met someone recently that is not necessarily in the most progressive space in his life when you look at the full scheme. Okay, when you look at like the spectrum of life in general, where you're talking about wealth and stardom being like the peak and poverty being the valley, right? he doesn't fall too high on that spectrum, but when I look at where he's been and where he is, I'm like, man, this nigga done came a long way, right? And when I talk to him about like his progress, he's explained to me that there have been several women along the way that have contributed to him being able to take each step up the staircase, so to speak, and how he's very appreciative of that. So while there isn't one individual woman who's been his backbone through the process, I feel that there's a community of women that have been there to support him. So if it's not one woman, I feel like there's women out here that be fueling men with belief, this, that, whatever. I also feel like there's men out there that have managed to be successful without any type of woman behind them, that they're just a very self-driven and self-motivated individuals. However, when I do look at the men that are very self-driven and like do their own thing, I look at them and I'm like, man, could you imagine how much more successful you would be if you would let a woman come into your life that genuinely wants to fuel you and believe in you? Like how much better you would be?
Yeah. I think that for me personally, the way that I view that, what would you call that? Motto? What would you call that? Quote? What saying? A saying. The way that I view that saying is that a lot of people take it very literal, in the sense of that it references that one specific woman is the reasoning behind why that man is successful. And I don't take it that way. I agree with you that there could be a community of women that have helped this man along the way. And it doesn't even have to be a relationship love interest woman. It could be your mother who has taught you to be such a strong man and look at things a certain type of way, and that alone has fueled you to be a certain way and thrive in everything that you've done.
Your sister, your side chick who makes you feel like you that
your escape. Yeah, all of that stuff. Like I feel like it doesn't have to be the love of your life or the person you're in a relationship. It can be a significant different amount of women. It could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be your grandma, someone who raised you. I think that if you take the literal verbiage away from it, there's so much more possibilities, and in that wider possibility is what I believe, that there is a woman behind every successful man.
Yeah.
And I almost ran out of air. Now proceed about Valentine's Day.
What's your ideal Valentine's Day? It's around the corner. We're both single. I think we talked about this last year. What do you want to see happen for yourself this year with Valentine's Day?
What do I want to see happen? Honestly, there's no specifics that I really have in mind as far as like it would be a perfect Valentine's Day if this and this and this and this happened. I just think it's super cute when people just do little things like sending edible arrangements to you, or I've had people just like leave me things at my door so that when I show up from home, they're like, with a note, this is for you, just thought of you, happy Valentine's Day. It's not trying too hard, it's not extra, it's like anything like that is super cute to me. I don't have any specifics as far as, I mean, I'm single, what the fuck, you know? But it's like those little things show not only interest, but the level of willingness of what you're willing to do to express that interest. I think that's cute.
Okay.
That's all. I'm a simple girl. What about you?
This Valentine's Day.
You want to go to Burns? Do you want to be my Valentine's Day?
If no one asks me to be their Valentine, I'll be your Valentine.
I just asked you.
If a nigga don't ask me to be his Valentine.
Wow. Shot my shot though, didn't I?
Look, there's
oh Lord.
There's not anything specific that I want for Valentine's Day, but I would like to spend Valentine's Day with someone that I like. And no one's specific, but I don't don't even care like if we go out to dinner, because all that shit's for the birds.
Word. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's not my thing.
Like, let's cook dinner together. Let's one of us cook dinner for the other. Let's pick up some flowers from the grocery store. Let's buy some strawberries and whipped cream and chocolate.
This just turned really sexual.
I'm just saying we can eat dinner and then we can try to watch something and then like let something watch us. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, nigga, if I could wear my pajamas during this whole process, like, that's cool. If I have to, I would like to dress up and do something cute. But if you're like, yo, let's just be chilling low key, like, I really just want to spend some good quality time with a quality individual.
I just had the image of my head, and I always think that stuff like this is so cute, like just being super, especially since it's cold out, like being super cuddled up in like this like big sweater, some pajama pants, some socks, turn on the fireplace, because you know this is a portable fireplace because we live in Florida.
Yeah.
But have like either music or movie or something, and you're just like vibing on the couch, sitting close together, like munching on something. Like, that is super cute to me.
Yeah,
I'm such a simple
sweet
creature.
Little kisses and
why does it always have to get physical with you?
Because, nigga, I ain't been laid, bro.
Yes. Okay, whatever.
Yo, nigga,
whatever.
That wasn't a lay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
it's been a minute.
Okay.
And listen, I'm craving the physical touch of a special lad.
Got it.
Maybe a specific lad.
Got it.
But if a nigga don't want me, I'll take the B list. You know what I'm saying? So
you're okay with coming home, cooking dinner, spending time.
Of course.
That's the logistics of it.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm also down for random admirers sending things. So, like, don't be discouraged.
I'm such a simple creature.
I like stuff. Anyway, what else do we have here?
I have one last thing, which kind of touched off of something you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, we spoke about last episode, a lot of people having resolutions and what your resolution would be. I'm so not really like a big resolution person, because I feel like, how many times can you really say, I'm going to start going to the gym, or I'm going to do this, or, and you know, then half of the year's over and you never even like successfully, I can't talk right now.
Successfully executed.
Yes, that's the word. Successfully executed. But this is definitely something that I want to try and do. And it's as far as my character goes.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try to not speak too much on things that I don't know of.
You think you have a habit of that?
I think that not that I have a habit of it, but like even when it comes to like bochinche, for those of you guys who are in Spanish, bochinche is like gossip. And you know, we're female, so like when our friends get around each other, there's times where like we'll talk about things we'll hear or things like that, and I feel like, not that I don't want to be that person, but I don't want to be that person.
Bro, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
Really?
I really don't, because in all of the years that I've known you, and you and I are pretty close.
Yeah.
There are topics, there's things that I've brought to you that you've refrained from commenting on just because of the person that you are. Either because you know more about it, or because you don't feel comfortable talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like you've always been that nigga that's been pretty classy when it comes to matters such as gossip and things like that. So I don't think you give yourself enough credit, but if you want to improve in that area, then by all means,
well, I
go
think
for
that
it. Be an idol.
You know, I'm trying to live my best life out here to be idolized by motherfuckers.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be Oprah to some people.
Okay.
But I can cook
be
chicken.
The Oprah that can
Yeah. So, but like, I'm not even just specifically gossip. Yes, gossip being one of the things, and I appreciate that you view me in that way, because I really do try and be that way.
No, you're really good at that.
But even when it comes to just like things in general, like if, for example, if someone was to say, oh, the politician so and so and so said this and this and this. I don't want to sit there and be like, no, because I don't want to go off of emotion or what I believe. I want to be able to be like, look into that, have more facts.
Kind of like when you thought Eminem responded to Machine Gun Kelly the second time and it wasn't.
Exactly.
But then niggas make fun of me when I Google shit. I see you. But that's neither here nor there.
It depends on what the article that you're also reading on Google, because it could be a bias information review type thing.
True.
But anywho, that's all I'm saying. Like when it comes to like being amongst people and just regularly shooting the shit, maybe gossiping a little bit, which we all do, or just in general things. I want to be able to be more knowledgeable before I open my mouth to speak about things.
I can feel that. I think that's a really good goal. Can I tell you what one of my goals have been recently?
Absolutely.
Oh man, this is going to sound really cornballish.
Oh, this is going to be great.
And I don't know if you've noticed a change in me, but I've been trying to curse less.
Oh, wow. Now that I think about it, I feel like you haven't really been cursing like that.
I've been trying to dial it down.
Why? What's the reasoning behind that?
I just don't.
I feel like there's more of a reason behind this. That laugh was.
I think that right now I'm trying to make myself the perfect specimen for reasons I cannot disclose at the moment. I'm just going to put it to you like this. I have a few very important goals. Mm-hmm. One of them is a podcast project that we're going to be working on soon, in which I would like to refrain from cursing entirely in that project.
Do I curse a lot? I think I curse a lot.
We've
really sailor mouthed.
Yeah. So there's one project I want to work on. I don't want us to curse at all, but I still want to have that that punch to it, that round the way vibe to it. So I'm practicing for that. Two, I feel like when I'm trying to challenge myself, like with vocabulary, or I'm trying to like level up in life, I feel like I got to stop acting a certain way to get where I'm trying to get. Mm-hmm. And even if it's just for the level up moment or whatever. So I feel like I start to become more refined in certain ways. So I think a part of it is that. And then I think in terms of romantic interests, I'm starting to get to the point where I kind of I'm open to meeting someone, and if they're the right person, finding myself in a relationship again, even if it's just dating, not saying I want to jump into something and get married and all that. But I would hate for me to like ruin my chances with someone because I have a really bad potty mouth. I feel like a curse word here and there is cool, but if it's every other word, like I know a nigga, there we go. I know a nigga gonna be like, fam, really? Like you curse a lot. I don't want someone to walk away from the conversation and be like, man, she's cool. Like we could be friends, but man, like she curses a lot. Like,
but the thing about it is that I don't, even with you making the effort, and I see that, I don't think you cursed a lot even prior to that.
I feel like I went through
very well spoken.
I went through a phase where I was cursing a lot, but I think it was because I was an angry, bitter bitch.
I feel like you're very well spoken. You can turn it on and off appropriate time and place. Mm-hmm. I think that you're very aware of when and where you can use it. Mm-hmm. And I think that if that is a goal for you, I can definitely.
I think I was getting way out of pocket. I think now I'm getting more in line with like where I have been with socializing, but with like not using curse words all the time. But I think like, I want to say for the past maybe 4 months, I think I was like cursing a lot more.
But you were also very angry as you stated, so it's probably very emotionally driven.
Yeah, so I'm now in a space where I'm more mindful of that, and I'm dialing back for sure.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah,
that's a good resolution.
I want to be sexy.
You are sexy.
Thanks, friend. I want to be sexier every day.
But, you know, I'm not going to front. There are certain guys out there that when a curse word flies out of a girl's mouth, they do think it's kind of sexy.
Time, place, appropriateness.
Right.
Not like, yo, can you take the fucking trash out, B?
Yeah, no.
And then there's like, yo, you know what would be perfect if you just came over and fuck the shit out of me right now.
It's definitely not the way that I was thinking about it, but yeah, that works.
But that's my thing. It's like, it's still curse, right? But it's like, yo, if she's like non-potty mouth all day, like she's keeping it clean all day, and then she says that shit like out the blue, you're like, oh,
that's like,
she bought that action, fam.
Like, you know, to me, there's certain like bad words that I can't even, like, that just bother me saying. Like, I used to hate, I don't hate it as much now, but I still dislike it. But I used to really, really, really hate the word pussy.
You know what? You're not the only one. My mom hates that word.
I hate that word. Like, it's just like, I couldn't even say it before. Now I at least say it, but it still kind of bothers me. But before, even hearing other people say it, it just sounds nasty to me. Like, just in any way that you use it, either if you're calling someone that, or if you're speaking about your own nana, like, it just sounds gross to me. That's why I always say nana.
What would be the replacement for someone who, like a guy, if he's like, yo, mom, give me that
kitty cat.
You want kitty cat.
It's cute.
What other?
No, the guy can say it. I just don't want to say it. Like, I don't want to be like, come get this pussy. Like, yo, you are so in that text right now. It's not even funny.
Sorry. Why you gotta put me on blast?
My nigga, I'm like trying to like ping pong off of you right now.
Yo, don't say pussy to my friend. That's all I'm saying.
No, I want him to say pussy. That's what the background was. That I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the person saying it to me in that reference.
Yeah.
But I
don't want to be like, yo, eat my pussy.
No. I'll just say eat it.
Right. No, I've heard of people saying they don't like dudes calling their stuff pussy either. And I'm just like, man, y'all making it real hard.
Am I now?
Y'all making it real hard.
I usually do.
Sorry for that text moment, but the whole pussy talk.
I'm over it.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
This show is going to be published on Sunday, which means in retrospect, yesterday is my birthday. Well, retrospect is in the past. We're going in the future. Talking about the past.
This is why we're from Mars.
We're about to go out to the future, so we're jumping from Thursday to Sunday, and we're going to talk about Saturday.
It's like Back to the Future.
Like it's happened already, but it hasn't happened yet.
Correct.
So by the time you're listening to this, yesterday would have been my 33rd birthday.
Trey.
And some of you may wonder, what are some of the things that I realized at 33 that I want to share with you? What I want to say is that at 33, I give less of a fuck what people think about me.
Okay.
And I just want to be happy. Mm-hmm. Life is way too short to be sitting around giving a fuck about what some non-chicken washing, non-seasoning chicken washing people got to say about me and my life. However, if you want to stand on this fucking soapbox talking about, I don't give a fuck about what you think, you got to also have that drive within yourself to be the best person that you can be. Because if you're out here being reckless and then you say, I don't care what people think, man, some of these people might be thinking of things that are in your best interest to help get you back on your own path. But if you already are self-aware enough that you have goals and things in place and you're constantly striving for self-improvement, self-perfection, you're not too egotistical to reach out and ask people for help. And you got like some shit like that in place, like myself. I would like to pride myself in being that person that loves collaborating, that's constantly trying to find new ways of doing things. Because I try to be so self-aware and try to improve every day, I'll be damned if I let anybody run up in this fucking party and tell me that I'm not good enough.
Yeah, maybe you're someone's idol.
Maybe.
You know?
I know I'm somebody's idol out there.
I know you are.
I ain't gonna let y'all know what I be really doing behind the scenes, that real human shit. I'm gonna let y'all think I'm an idol still. Don't get too close, fam. Because you're going to realize that sometimes I walk around this house without my bra and my shit is, yo.
You just told them.
The tits is, they're very natural. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to see that with your own two eyes, because then you'll be like, damn. She just like these other long titty bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, Rome.
What?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just being real.
That idolatry went, that's the word, right?
Yeah.
Went out the
idolatry
window.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Idolatry, like idolatry. But you know what, Dallas Penn actually made that joke. He was like, oh, you idolatry too. Yeah, it is idolatry. I think so. Anyway, point is, all you gotta do is just be self-aware and in tune with yourself. Have conversations with yourself, aka meditation. If you feel like you're having a hard time, man, really lean on some people that are going to be honest and straightforward with you. You know, talk to God. Fucking, when you're lost, you know what to do. Fake it till you make it. Like, follow someone you idolize or admire in a specific area and try to recreate some of the things that they do. That just try new shit and tune out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And for those of you that feel like there's nothing that makes sense from what she's saying, as far as like speaking to yourself or speaking to Jesus, if none of that makes sense to you, sometimes just sitting still.
Yeah, being still.
Just sit still. And I'm almost certain that sitting still, like giving yourself that peace, will allow you to make sense of your thoughts enough to maybe set an action into place.
I feel like being still is a good start.
Yes.
But I feel like you should ask yourself questions like, hey, am I making enough money to live the life that I want to live? If not, how much more money should I be making to live the life that I want to live?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have I evolved enough in the past 10 years? Right? If I look at my 23-year-old self and I look at my 33-year-old self,
and
am I like content with the progression I've made since I was 23? Absolutely. When I was 23, I was sleeping outside of a fucking building hoping that they would help pay my electric bill. So yes, I am pleased with the progress.
Listen, I've been there.
I've made in the past 10 years. You know what I mean? This is what I mean when I say have conversations with yourself. Like, just be very blunt and face like the difficult shit. Look at the man in the mirror. That's all I'm saying.
Got it. I think that's smart. I think that's a good thing to realize at 33. And I think that the older I've gotten, which you stated, and I think it's going to continue to happen as we get older, is that there will be less fucks given. Like, yeah. I feel like every year that passes by, I'm like, yep, definitely. And when I say less fucks giving, I don't mean about myself. I care more about myself and less about the opinions of others.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it is.
You know, there's so many carbon copies. It's like, there's some saying or whatever. It's like, why die a copy when you're born like an original? Correct. Or whatever. Like, the shit's true. Like, we don't need another Kim Kardashian, okay?
Yeah, there's enough of those. I read a meme the other day that I really enjoyed, which was, in a world full of Kardashians, be a Selena.
Yeah.
Quintanilla, the one that got shot by Yolanda Saldivar.
Yeah, just to be clear. And then there's going to be too many Selenas, and then there's going to, whatever. Just be the best version of yourself.
Facts. Be a CEO and Rome.
Be a CEO. Be a Rome.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anyone out there that anyone can say, I'm trying to be like.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like
you
anybody.
either. I don't put you in a category with nobody, fam.
Aw. Thanks, friend.
I can't.
You're so cute. I can't put you in a category with anybody either.
And I hope you really mean that.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I just can't. You're just you.
Yeah, you're just you too. And I feel like that's including all of our flaws as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like our flaws are so minute when it comes to how much like how much better things we have going for us, and yeah, you know what I mean? It's like so minimal in comparison to like who we are and it's our like, greatness. Oh,
they're smart, they're strong-minded,
yeah,
they're funny,
they're hustlers,
they cook.
Yeah,
sometimes they might not sweep the floor, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
like we sweep the floor, we get to it when we get to it, nigga. Yeah. But you might come in and see a dust bunny.
Yeah, or a leaf that came in from the outside.
And I wish you would question me about that leaf or dust bunny.
Listen, I'm a mom. I work. I do this podcast thing. I also try to enjoy my life every so often. Yeah. Got a lot going on.
Yeah, the garage is crazy, but if you got a problem, nigga, come help me organize this.
Yeah, we're looking for shelves right now to set that up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But anyway, I think we've done enough here today.
I want to shout out to everyone that has listened this season and every season here before season 6. Season 6, right?
Yeah, this is season 6. We're going
before
into season
6. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us. And we have so much more for you guys in season 7 with some possible side projects.
Oh, yeah.
And there's definitely a lot more for you guys to stick around and watch and listen to.
Yeah, I'm ready for us to take it to the next level.
Yeah, 7's that number. Yeah. The Lord made the world in 7 days.
And we made the world in 7 seasons.
Now, stay tuned for more.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.